Well, welcome everybody to the Sunday Smoke Sesh on Highly Motivated. So today we are talking about absolutely nothing. We're just getting together right now for a joint, a 1 gram joint. So the time it takes to talk throughout this 1 gram joint is what we've come together for. Most likely I will talk longer. Most likely I will talk and the joint will put itself out. This is a delicious joint. It's a beautiful 1 grammer from Goldflower Cannabis. Really fantastic. This is actually their third eye collection. So that's Method Man of Wu-Tang. You see, Wu-Tang a weed. Fantastic. Welcome. If you are joining me here on LinkedIn, welcome to the professional Sunday smoke session. And if you're joining me on Facebook or the YouTube or the Twitch, the professional smoke session. That's what this is. It's just a smoke session. It's a Sunday get together of community, of people, of educated minds that we can talk, we can ask questions, we can just be, we can just smoke. So I was doing a live just a moment ago, just for Instagram. And on Instagram, just a little while ago, we did an hour smoke session there. And I normally just do Sundays just for Insta. But then I was like, wait, I have people watching in other places. And Sunday is a great place to get together with everyone. Insta, my crowd was so small. So I wanted to smoke with everybody, and I didn't want to leave anyone out. So thank you for joining me on all the different networks, on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I appreciate it. So here we're coming to you from Restream. Restream is actually a really great software. I was directly coming and going at the same time on Insta a little while ago. I'm smoking a 1 gram of Third Eye, which is Method Man Wu-Tang weed. Great, just great. This is how smooth that is. Look, you shouldn't cough. So many people cough when they're smoking joints, but they're coughing from weed that has not been cured right, weed that hasn't been dried right, weed that hasn't been flushed right, weed that hasn't been grown right. That's what people are smoking, and that's why they're coughing. So you get a good pre-roll. Your pre-roll tells you everything about the company that you're smoking from. It tells you everything about the products that they're selling. The pre-roll, it's all right there. So let me just back it up a little bit. I feel like I might be too close to the camera. I was complaining that on Instagram, my face, I felt like I was like right there. It's like, hi, everybody. But that's what we're doing. We're just chit-chatting, and we're chatting about different knowledge, different understanding. The other day, I was showing people how to smoke a joint, but with low heat and low ember. That way you don't have such a fire ember or a fire cherry, and you're not breaking down or decarboxylating the cannabis so quickly. Excuse me. So this is Sunday, and I'm coming to you from my property where all my kids live. My lovely wife lives, and young little child. We have a garden of Eden, botanical wonder that we are creating here on this land. And to me, that creates happiness and joy. When I walk out to my car before I leave in the morning and I see the sun just starting to come up, and I see certain plants that are more active at night or more active, first time in the morning, and they're just now blooming, and you have ground coverage. And I mean, it's magical. And that's what I like to create and foster around me. So I just heard something. Anyways, the darker it gets, the weirder I get outside. So anyways, I just want to come together for a joint. Just wanted to chit chat a little bit with everybody. I hope you're all having, or I hope you all had an amazing week. I hope you're getting some rest mentally and physically. I really feel like we need to recreate our mental view of the Monday through Friday work week. We get to a Monday, and mentally we're coming into a Monday. Mentally, we are starting a Monday with the mental attitude that, it begins again. I have to go through a week. But instead, we should be looking at a Monday as the beginning of an adventure, the beginning of a journey. And I like to start my week on the Sunday. Sunday is when I start planning. Sunday is when I get a rough mental image. Because look, Anthony Bourdain preached about living by the seat of his pants, and sometimes with no pants. So I believe in that strongly. I believe in the Anthony Bourdain ideology of living by the seat of your pants and eating your way right through everywhere. Yes. So, but on Sunday, I do a rough planning. So I have a rough idea so that even the craziest of situations don't shock me, don't surprise me. I'm prepared, but loosely going into the week. So that's what we do. This is highly motivated. It doesn't matter if you smoke or if you don't. You're still the same under the leaf. We're all under the leaf. We all have an endocannabinoid system. Every animal on the earth has an endocannabinoid system. I said animal. Birds don't have one, I don't think, nor do insects. Insects don't have an endocannabinoid system, and birds don't have an endocannabinoid system. But we do. And I firmly believe that we evolved with the evolution of the cannabis plant, using this as a superfood. Look, it's a fuel, it's a fire, it's a life starter. You can eat the plant, the leaves, the seeds, you can smoke it, you can chew it, you can juice it, you can make tea from it, you can build with it, you can make clothing and rope and you name it. It's 1,001 uses. But we're just talking about its medical side this evening and most evenings. I usually don't get into the renewable aspect of cannabis or the superfood side of it, even though I do eat it raw. Eating it raw is great. Not all of it tastes great though. The other night I had a show and I had a lot of raw weed on the table with different brands. So I was trying these different brands. And so then I started picking it up, eating it individually. So I'd stop, I'd chew it. I'd talk about how fresh it was, or I could tell by the chew. I could tell by the flavors that I was getting. Mm. And I'm remembering back now, I'll tell you which one was the winner. Not what you would think. So I had the Goofies, and the Goofies is like 4.24%. Really beautiful bud. I mean, it was icky sticky, it was dried right, it was cured right, it was fluffy, it was gorgeous. I mean, it looked beautiful. Mm. So I ate that. Now remember, at 4+% terpene profile, but the terpenes in that one activated when I lit it more on fire. Like when I smoked a joint of the Goofies, that's when the terpenes opened up. That's when the terpenes became something else, became, you know, I don't know, they activated. But the terpenes were more aroma, not flavor. Aroma, flavor, terpene, flavonoids, there's a difference. Aroma is what you're going to smell and taste at the same time. A terp, you really just taste and slightly taste just for a moment while it hints in the cannabis to a direction. When I'm smoking right now, I've been tasting right from the beginning. But now, as I'm getting down towards the middle of the joint, it's more resinous. So it's a little deeper. It's a little juicier. You know, I'm getting flavors that I wasn't getting at the beginning of the joint. And you have to take time to taste it, to enjoy it, because that's part of that journey of the joint. Look at that. Doesn't boat, doesn't canoe, gorgeous resin roll right around the whole time. Sorry, get out of the light. I'm in the light. You know, no matter where I move, it doesn't matter. I'm still in it. So, but that's a great joint right there. That's a 1 gram wonder, I'm telling you. Beautiful. Third Eye, Method Man. That's some Wu-Tang weed. Thank you for joining me, by the way, everyone. I really appreciate this smoke session with you. Mm. Remember, this is just a twist and a toke, a little smoke with community, a little smoke with friends. This is Sunday Smoke Sesh. If you have questions about cannabis, this is a great time to ask. I have a pretty good database and understanding of how cannabis works in the body, not just with medications, but in the combination. I like to talk about cannabis in the combination because people will tell me, I lost weight because of weed, or I did this because of weed, or my blood sugar regulated because of weed. So I will say yes and no, not just weed. You need a specific weed. You need a combination. You need to change the type of fats that you put in your body. You need to change how they're processed in your body, how you process things, how you work it in the body. So, for example, I lost incredible amounts of weight, and I attribute a good portion of that to cannabis. But I also attribute that to my wife. I attribute that to her good cooking. I attribute that to organic eating. I attribute that to THCV, Durban poison, because that's my fave. Super fave, love it. But I attribute it to smoking really good sativas and eating really good food and meditating in the morning, being made to work out and stretch. I attribute that to organics or nada, to changing your lifestyle mentally, physically, and it changes the things around you. You give a shit about what you're putting in your body, and it changes your body. You can't just drink any water, for example. You have to drink great water to replace the 70% water that you're made of, or 70% hydrogen that you're made of. I don't know how exactly that equates. I'm going to say I'm 70% hydrogen. How you doing? I'm 70% straight hydrogen. At least the hydrogen that, whatever. The joke in my head was funny a second ago. But in that, I attribute weight loss to more than just cannabis. I attribute the regulation of my blood sugar to my better half not allowing me to eat all the crap I want to eat. Too much sugar. I understand. Thank you. I mean, no more ice cream. Got it. I mean, I still steal an ice cream here and there, but it's moderation. And I've had to learn moderation. So I attribute weight loss and blood sugar regulation to cannabis high in THCV, full spectrum cannabis, eating it, smoking it, drinking it as a tea, but also better health, better choices. So that's that's how I got back in shape. I mean, am I in shape now? Not necessarily. I drive a lot. And so I can't get rid of this terrible belly. That's called bread and sugar and tacos and more tacos and ice cream late at night. That's called my blood sugar is probably not at a great regulation right now because I work on the road. I stay in hotels and I eat crap, but I'm changing that. So I'm changing that as I pick up my giant mason jar of Dr. Pepper. I am reducing the amount of sugar I put in my body by taking smaller sips. No, this is like my cheat day. So I'll drink a giant thing of soda right now, and I will feel terrible about it too. After the show, I'm gonna be sitting there complaining, going, "Oh, I feel funny. I don't feel so good. Why don't I feel good? Would it be like the gallon of soda you drink? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. There's not. I mean, we can't be definitive and know that it was because of that. But I do know that I'm mellowing. This is great pre-roll. Okay, so I just let it go out. 14 minutes in, I let the pre-roll go out. But look at that. It's got a beautiful resin roll. It put itself out. That means that's fresh, good cured weed. That's some good third eye. So, Method Man, you would be proud of the cannabis that is being put through by Goldflower. Their cultivars are on top of their shit. Troy knows his bud. He knows his plants. Troy is the head grower for the indoor farms and really knows cannabis, knows it like an OG knows it. knows it from like somebody that used to grow like we used to grow. And I'm just saying, like that. That's how I'm going to say it. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to manipulate lighting and organics, living soil. Living soil to me is such a big deal. Here's why I want to talk about living soil just for a moment. Because a lot of people have been asking me, all right, Warren, what is living soil? What are you talking about? Living soil is where your soil is alive. That means there's mushrooms growing. There's conversation going with the mycelium and whatever they call it underneath the ground in the soil. Your soil is living and breathing, and it has nutrients, organic, natural, dirt, decomposing nutrients. Now, what do these nutrients do for a plant? It brings nutrients and life and power and energy and vitality and color and flavor and taste and a dance when you smoke it. That's what living soil does for plants. So the plants in the greenhouse are living soil. They use living soil everywhere. This is their thing. That's their shtick. And in that, they create a really good bud. Really, really good bud. Yeah, that's Goldflower Cannabis. And by the way, I was talking about it on Instagram. I might as well talk about it here. So I'm putting everybody on check. This is what's happening. I'm coming out there. I'm coming for you. I'm doing a pre-roll check. I'm doing a expose. I'm doing an up close and personal. I'm going to go to 7 of the top multi-state operators. I'm going to go to 7 of the big players here in Florida. The top 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to buy 2 pre-rolls from each one of them of the same blend. Now, if I can get a similar blend, flower, and whatnot from each one, I will really try to do that. But I'm going to go for all sativas, and I'm going to go with a specific terpene profile so that way, even if they're different strains, they're going to be similar-esque. Ah. Oh, shit. What was that? Bear? Yeah, you go check on some shit. That was frightening. Okay. Bear's a good girl. She's always looking out for me. So I'm going to get 7 different companies, 2 pre-rolls from each of them. And one we're going to open up. One of the pre-roll of the 2 will open up, and we'll look at it at a macro level and look for the trichomes, look for the freshness and the juiciness and the icky, sticky gorgeousness of weed that you should see in a pre-roll. You should. But if it's too old, if it's been there too long, if it's shavings or clippings or shit that's fallen to the bottom of the bag or the floor or the tray, and that's what they're rolling their joints with or packing their cones, that's also a big deal, because when it comes to cones, I don't do cones. Cones, you could put the crap in and you just pack it in. You don't, it's going to boat, it's going to run. This has not boated. This is not run. This is a 1 grammer all the way to the end. It is a perfect smoke. I don't think I can say that really for anybody else. And saying that, it's a different roll. So that is a pre-roll. That is a 1 gram, and it is done. Look at that. You can see how gorgeous the weed looks. Look at that. You could, oh, I dropped that shit. You could see how gorgeous that weed looks. That looks fresh. It smells fresh. I like that. That's really nice. Okay. But that's the thing. I'm just going to check just in case there's chats, because I always miss something. Nope, there's no chats. Okay. So I always miss something. But you can smell how fresh it is. So we're going to test on smell. We're going to open them up. We're going to look at them. We're going to eat them. Okay, we're going to eat them. We're going to smell them. We're going to touch them. We're going to rub them. I'm going to put them on my face or something. No, maybe that's a little crazy. And then we're going to smoke them. And we're going to smoke each one. And we're going to test each one individually. And I might even do a fucking blind taste test. I don't know. And point out the ones that I found to be the best tasting or the best high or the best entourage or the best feeling for the longest period of time. So I will film myself with each one of these pre-rolls in the smoke, and we will talk about the smoke while I'm smoking them. And I will wait hours, maybe a day in between each smoke. so that it is a fair smoke and a fair test in between each one of the pre-rolls. I'm taking this very seriously, and I will rank them from 1 to 10. Super simple. 10 is everything you need to be. 10 is it's icky, sticky. This is a 10. What I am smoking right now is a 10. It smokes right, feels right, smooth all the way to the end. Look, I'm all the way to the filter pretty much, and I haven't coughed. It's beautiful. It's tasty. It's smoking right. If you want a pre-roll, a 1 gram, not a half gram, but a 1 gram, and I will get 1 grams from everybody. I will get their premium weed. I will go premium with everybody. But I'm not just testing smoke. I want to look at their breakdown. I want to smoke what's high in CBG, or starting with CBGAs or THCVs. I want to find what cannabinoid count they have and where it's listed, how it's tested, who's testing it. We're going to be testing these 7 companies, not against each other, but we're looking at the most simple of products. We're going to be looking at the basic product that should be amazing. We're looking at the first product that they make that should be the best damn product they make. And if it's not, why isn't it? Why are they not putting the love into a pre-roll? And you're like, it's a pre-roll, Oren, who gives a shit? I give a shit. I give a shit because I get home from a long drive and I don't want to break it down and roll it and go. I mean, I do and I don't. I just want to take it out of the jar like this and go, I'm lighting this thing up and it's delicious. I mean, I'm smoking one right now and I'm thinking about lighting up another. I mean, how cool is that? Because they're pre-rolls. I went to Goldflower, picked up a pack of 7. Usually I don't like buying pre-rolls because it messes up my rec here in Florida. And but at Goldflower, I know other people do the same thing, so I'm going to pick up. But my rec isn't that great, so I'm just going to go and pick up 2 grammers from everybody, or 2 grams, 1 gram each. And I'm going to test it like we should. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to rub it and touch it and taste it. I'm going to roll around in it. I'm going to jump with it. We're going to smoke it. We're going to look at it macro leveled. We're going to take it seriously. But we're also just going to have fun with it. I'm not judging any one in particular company because I want to see what everybody has. I want to pick up a similar product for each company and say, hey, show me what you got. To me, this is the big deal. I'm so excited about this. I think this is all I'm going to be talking about. I think right here, the pre-roll challenge, the expose, the up close and personal, the pre-roll challenge. Let's challenge these big companies with the simplest of products. Boom. Oh, I'm pumped. I could barely contain myself. By the way, thank you everybody for joining me today on this highly motivated session, the Sunday Smoke Sesh, where we don't have a topic. We're just talking about shit and getting high. We don't do that enough anymore as a community. We don't do that enough as a society. I used to learn so much when I got together on the weekend smoke sessions with the friends or meeting new friends. And this is our opportunity to meet new friends, to meet new people. Hi, everybody. I'm Oren. I live in Florida. I live on 7 acres of wild land, wilderness, but surrounded by neighborhoods. But my 7 acres is wild. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, in the corner right there, behind where it says live on my thing, is the moon. And so it's already starting to peek out. I'm a bit of a mooniac. I love the moon. The moon's amazing. The moon changes mood. It changes vibe. I become a different person at night. I think nighttime is almost, each person has 2 personalities, your nighttime and daytime personality. Your daytime personality is a little more refrained, constrained. I don't know what the fucking word is. I'm like, I don't know. But your daytime personality isn't so wild. It's normal. Normal, whatever you would consider normal, or normal, whatever you try to be normal, or normal of whatever mask that you wear normal. Because everybody wears this mask. So it would be great if we could just not wear the mask and be authentic and be the same us, but energy wise different. Because the moon gives me a whole different energy. The moon wakes me up. I'm a night owl. I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep during the day. I get up early. I'm up all night long and I'm up early. That's just how my energy rolls. So the moon, though, I feel energy from the moon. I feel excited and wow, it just wakes me up. My mind wakes up and I feel insanely creative. I'm being attacked by bugs. I feel insanely creative at night. Nighttime's my time. I pace, I create, I have whiteboards and I have ideas and I'm like all over the place because I know that's when I'm on fire because of the moon, or I blame the moon for it, but whatever. But there's a certain energy. So people have two energies and two personalities. And during the day, we are drained. We are pushed as hard as we can, and the sun is beating us down. The sun is really pushing us to an extreme, and we push ourselves. And then at night we go to sleep so that we can push ourselves through the daytime. But instead, mentally, we should kind of change that. That's why I said we should change our whole Monday through Friday mentality, where instead of starting on Monday, let's start on Sunday. So instead, we're entering Monday with power and energy and understanding and an idea for the week. Let's plan our week on Sunday just a little bit. Again, go with the Anthony Bourdain ideology of living by the seat of your pants, and that is great. But do it with a bit of a plan. Do live by the seat of your pants with a bit of a plan. But that's it. That's what you need to do. And I think I let this go out like I let the other one go out. Look at that, right down to the end. Didn't do an extra burn. That smells good. That's like right to the end. That resin, that even the ember of it smells absolutely delicious. I want to smoke another one, but then I feel ostentatious. I feel, just no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I ate 2 gummies and they were really good gummies. Delicious. Apple guava, no. Watermelon, no. Strawberry guava. And they were strawberry delicious, I have to tell you. So again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this Sunday smoke session. The full joint ended up taking us here just under 30 minutes. That's a great smoke sesh. That's a great chit chat. That's a great just coming together to talk, just to give tidbits of one's life, one's information, where are you? What are you doing? So again, I was introducing myself a second ago. I'm Oren. I'm here in Florida. I live on a utopian botanical farm where we have ducks and chickens and food growing and plants growing together. I think that's gorgeous. I think that's gorgeous. Like you have beautiful botanical flora and fauna with food. They're growing together. As long as it's not a poisonous plant, and won't allow any poisonous plants growing together, like the trumpet, the angel trumpet. It's a poisonous plant, and it smells amazing at night, not during the day. During the day, she doesn't smell, but at night, she has an intoxicating, rich, almost perfume that beckons you in. And she's poisonous. She's hallucinogenic. You can actually boil her down into a tea and kill yourself. Yeah, you heard me. You don't know how much to take. I don't know how much to take. I'm not going to do it. But I've heard stories. People do it and they get very high, higher than they've ever been. They've high enough to touch the sky, high enough to see the fabric of space and time. Whoa, that's pretty high. How high were you? I was so high I could touch the fabric of space and time. That's pretty high. That's Willie Nelson high. If you're gonna say anybody is high, I am as high as Willie Nelson. That's pretty fucking high. So in that, That's what that plant would do. That's the angel trumpet. We have a beautiful angel trumpet over here, away from the food, away from most people, but it's gorgeous. And she's beautiful. And she flowers out these beautiful white and pink flowers like a chandelier. It's like a trumpet, but it chandeliers down with a beautiful, inside as well. And beautiful smell at night. So that's a gorgeous plant. And that's part of the botanical jungle that we have going on over here. I live 20 minutes outside of Gainesville, Florida, which is like a north central Florida. Do we get snow here? I wish. We dream about it. We get frost on the ground for like a week, a day or two out of the week. We'll get frost and get very excited. And then it's right back to 1,000% humidity and hot, stifling hot, and then stifling hot, and then hot. It's just always hot. It gets into the 80s, and we're like, oh, it's 80. I can breathe. It's amazing. I was down in Miami all last week. Traffic, ridiculous. I don't know how anybody does it. I would just get deliveries for everything. My food delivered, my weed delivered, free same day delivery, Goldflower. So I threw that out there. Free same day delivery, Goldflower. Get a hold of them. You're gonna love that shit. I'm loving that shit. But Miami is so much hotter, so much more humid. That was, to me, a learning experience, because I didn't think it could get more humid than it is here. Wow. I mean, I don't know how people bathe, because they're just wet all the time. They're always sweating. Everybody is. They're always like, they're just wet. They're moving around. They're dancing as they're walking, but nobody was happy. Like, sounds like some shit's going on over there. Nobody was really happy. Nobody was, I don't know, they were stressed out. Everybody was tense. Everybody was on edge. And that's what I could tell. I could tell that was the persona of just everybody. And so the later it gets here on the property, there's some weird shit that happens. And I just got to keep an eye out for, I'm not allowed to say what it is, but I could do hand gestures, right? So pay attention. What's on the property here is a, oh shit, you scared the absolute everything out of me. Holy shit. Right when I'm sitting here, how are you doing? It's good to see you, baby. That's one of my twins that are turning 21. And he's riding his electric bike from work, which is a couple miles away. I applaud him at night in the dark but he's wearing a helmet. Look, scared the shit out of me just now. I'm just talking about what happens on the property here. And I said, it's a skin. Okay. That's what it is. That's what they say it is, but I don't know. That's my son, Mr. Cool here. You want to take off your helmet, say hi?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, like, you want to take off your helmet, say hi? Yeah, sounds good. Clip. But
it was like a 10-minute drive.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's fast. And you could see okay with a tinted?
No.
Oh. That makes me feel so much better about his riding with the helmet. But the helmet is very important. You got to wear a helmet. And look.
Gabe punched really hard.
You could fall, and it will detach your head from your body, but it will keep it safe.
Dude, Gabe punched it so hard a couple days ago. Like, he used all his strength on it, and all it felt was like a little.
I'm really worried for him. His friends have been taking him out lately. He's about to turn 21. He's like this close. And his friends have been taking him out. And they've been drinking.
I didn't.
But their designated driver needs to be a totally designated driver that does not drink at all. And so that's what I'm stating. And it needs to happen. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he wasn't drunk.
He wasn't drunk.
Everyone else was.
Was he drinking though?
No.
You didn't drink?
No.
Okay.
Which was crazy because Skinny Chris is like.
I have to believe him. Listen, I have to believe him. I have to put trust in my son. So this is authenticity. This is authentic me. This is family. This is what we've got going on. I have to put trust in him. So I have to trust that he's listening to me and paying attention, and he's not riding with anybody who's been drinking. And if everybody's drunk, what are you going to do?
I'm calling you, bro.
You're calling me?
Yeah.
He's calling me. I hope
no
so.
way am I
I
gonna
pray.
drive.
I don't care how far away he is. I don't care where he is. I will drive and I will go pick him up. And I will never be angry, never be mad, because I told him to call me. Love you. Be careful. Charge your bike. And so I you're going to the beach tomorrow? Oh, fancy, fancy, fancy. Be careful, please. Love you. Mwah. So he's turning 21. We're a very close family, and this is important. And it's a hard thing for a lot of families. I don't see a lot of closeness anymore. So Gideon is turning 21, as is his brother, on the 25th this week. This is a crazy week, and I've got some shit planned. So, anyways, I'm very excited for him. He's a good kid. Hopefully, he listens, and you have to trust that they're listening. You have to trust that they're listening, but are they? I'm so stressed. I'm a helicopter parent. I will still pick him up no matter what. No matter where he needs me to get him, I will be there to get him. Okay, I guess that's it. Look, I'm worried now. Now all I'm thinking about is he going to listen to me? Are my words going to sink in? And you know how I know they're going to sink in? He's not my friend. He's my son. But he is also my friend. He is also a smart kid, a good, intelligent, hardworking, polite, smart kid that knows right and wrong, who has looked at drinking and it's destigmatized for him. It's not a big deal. It's not a thing. Same with cannabis. I mean, you'd think you'd be a big user. I mean, he looks almost like a Spicoli, but no, very, very rarely. Only on maybe special occasions, he asks, he maybe smokes around me or anything like that. I mean, if he smokes not around me, I don't know about it. He's very good at hiding it. I can't ever tell he's high. I mean, there was 1 or 2 times he ate a brownie that was like 1,000 milligrams, so a full gram, and he was really high. It's very rare I've seen people that high. My own child was that high, and I had to bring him down properly. I had to talk him through it so that it wasn't frightening for him. And then he ended up really enjoying it. But and that was not too long ago in his journey to being 21 years old. And so, but and the whole problem is because of what I do and how specific about having a medical card I am. He didn't go through me, and so we had a long talk and an understanding of, because he couldn't get his product from me. That was a big deal. I feel terrible, and at the same time, that's why he ate something that was not right. He ate something that took him so high that it was dangerous. And if I wasn't around, God forbid what could have happened. If I didn't understand how to bring him down properly and change up his metabolism quickly and digest that brownie and that THC quickly, using a combination of CBD and natural foods that, by the way, ginger. I'm just going to throw this out. It's a crazy thing. Ginger both helps and stops a serotonin rush, a blending of reality. Ginger. If you have a crushed, hard, crystallized ginger, chew on that. I know that's a hard one to find, but when you're looking at natural remedies and whatnot, I was just thinking about it just now. Ginger. I mean, that's what you can use. This is rosin that I'm smoking right now. It's Top Gun. It's a sativa. It's a super creative, super cerebral. Why would I want that now at 9 o'clock at night? This is Sunday. This is my creation day. This is my evening right now where I'm putting everything together. I'm dotting I's, crossing T's, making everything sure all my emails are ready to be sent. I've got email marketing going, social media marketing going. Everything is ready for me to press my buttons. So Sunday is when it actually begins. Monday's nothing. Monday's another day. Monday is part of the adventure already. Monday, you're already in it. You can't slow down for a Monday. You can just get started or begin on Sunday. I'm like on Tuesday, on Sunday. And then you're melding into the next day. And then it's Tuesday and Wednesday. You're like, oh, wow, I'm at the middle of the week or the end of the week or the beginning of my week, depending on when you start it, depending on your work schedule, life schedule. Maybe you don't even look at the days of the week. Maybe you're that lucky. Maybe. And thank you again, everybody, for joining me. I wish I saw comments from the Facebook. I see them later, and I try to respond later. Thank you so much. As well as Twitch, I guess I would see them here. And the YouTube, I guess I don't see them here, but I'd see them there. And the LinkedIn, I'll see them somewhere. But that being said, thank you very much for joining me here from wherever it is on your Sunday, on this smoke session, on this chit chat, whatever the hell is dribbling out of my mouth. But there's been some good weed, let me tell you. I'm really enjoying this. Goldflower is on fire. I give them an insane stamp of approval. And you heard already what we're going to be doing with the pre-rolls. Look, I say it and I start getting a smile because I'm going to be dissecting each pre-roll, not just in taste. I'm going to be eating them. I'm going to be testing them and looking at them macro level with a camera, and you're going to see it as well. I'm not hiding anything. I want you to see what each company presents as their pre-roll, as their premium 1 gram pre-roll. I will do the same with, and I'm just going to show everybody. I'm not saying I'm with anybody. I'm for everybody that has a great product. If you have a great product, I can't wait to show it. If you don't, I can't wait to show it. I'm just, I have a few companies that I may be going to specifically. Not that I don't like them, but they're big players in the industry that probably need to start making their product better. They're big players in the industry that need to get smart about simple things. And it's simple mistakes that they're making that destroy their bud. Or if they're using the shit product in their pre-rolls, like the trimmings or the stuff that's fallen on the floor, or the shake in the bag, or sticks and stems and all of that just all ground together, you can tell because it will, the pre-roll will boat, it will canoe, it will run. The weed will taste dry. It'll taste chemically, or if you're looking at the color of it, it'll already be changing into a brown, yellowish color. So it's already oxidizing and changing into CBN, not THC. So that joint, whether it be sativa or indica, will now begin to regulate your sleep centers and make you more tired than it does creative and bringing you up. So good weed can do wrong things for you if you're smoking shit. I don't know if that made sense. So even if it's good weed, if you're smoking the shit end of it, like the trimmings and the clippings and everything all ground together, and that's what they make a pre-roll from, well, that right there tells you what they're going to do with the rest of the products that they offer. The pre-roll says everything. Look, I tell you what, I don't want to do this because I'm going to be one less pre-roll and I'm going to be very angry, but I'm going to do it live on the show right now. I just opened it up from the container. Okay, I had 7. I got 1 left. All right, I have 1 left in here, and it's delicious shit. But I want to open it up. I mean, look, when you look at a pre-roll, Okay, I'm going to do this live for you right now. I'm going to make a mess. So I'm going to be very angry with myself, but whatever. I'm just going to smoke the shit later. It's fine. It should smell good. Okay, number one. And this right here is from a pre-roll machine. So it's not a cone. Cones they use in these machines, and they stuff all the dry weed, the dusty weed in, and then they pack it in. And then once they pack it in, okay, they pack it once again, and they sift in as much as they can get, and they pack them in. And what that is a combination of stems and trimmings and bud, old bud, or whatever bud has fallen to the bottom of these giant bags that has already gone through rollers. All the trichomes and all the juiciness and all the beautiful icky sticky is gone, long gone. So they have whatever's left in this big bag of shit, and they pack it into these cones. And these cones get packed with shit. It's shit. It's stuff that's fallen on the floor before. I'm telling you, I've worked for many people, and many people just put shit into the pre-rolls. That's why I want to put them on call. That's why this is like an expose. This is a up close and personal. We're going to open them up. So I'm just going to tell you here, let's open them up. This is gold flower cannabis. And I wish I had a knife or something here. Let me show you that I'm doing it right here in front. I'm not doing any trickery. I'm wasting a pre-roll right now. I feel so terrible. I'm like, here, whoa, it's going everywhere. Holy shit. Okay. All right, here. I'm emptying it out in my hand. Wow, look at this. This is a 1 gram. Okay. This is a what? Oh my God, it's going fucking everywhere. All right. I'm going to collect that. Hold on. Because I'm going to put that in a pipe later, or I'm going to roll it again. Actually, I'm going to roll it again. If I can find my papers, I'm going to re-roll the pre-roll, and I will re-smoke it. But right here, this is a beautiful green. Well, actually, it's hard for me to tell because I'm not looking at it right. So I'm just going to try to take the camera. I don't know if you can see that right there. Here, let me see if I can get the light closer. Hold on. Let me get the light a little bit closer. And in that, more bugs. All right. So if you can see that. Oh, shite. Okay. So if you can. Oh, that feels pretty good. So if you can see that, that's what they're putting in their pre-roll. That's gorgeous. Look at that color. That's a good color. That's a good consistency. Oh, that smells really nice. You know something? Let me show you live in the camera. I'm so excited to show you this. Hold on. Let me pull out. So it kind of clumped together a little bit. So let me just put the most of it on the table. It's a big pile. Here, I'll show you in just a moment. But if you can see this right there, I'll try to get out of the. I will get out of the light. I'm going to put that up to the camera. All right, or I can't get out of the light. Whatever. It is a beautiful green. That is a really great color. Here, let me see if I can do it with this thing. Here we go. You ready? We're gonna come down and all right, maybe not. Okay, so right there is everything I got out of wrong direction. Okay, so right there is everything I got out of a 1 gram pre-roll, and look at that color. That is a really gorgeous color. I'm just, wow. That right there it's got a little bit of stick to it. Like it's not dry. If it were dry, you could tell right now that is dry weed. But instead, you can tell that is not dry weed. That is like that. And look, there's no stem, there's no stick. It's a beautiful consistency. It's a really nice bud. And I tell you what, I'm going to try some. I'm going to eat a little bit. Mm, mm. And I'll be able to tell you right there as I eat it if it's dry, if it's not, and you can tell immediately it's totally organic. Only because, let me come back up here. You can tell immediately that is totally organic. Only because when I ate it in my mouth, I tasted no chemical. I tasted immediately the plant, the biomatter, the organics of it. And as I'm chewing it right now, pinene, I can taste like lemon, limonin. Tangerine? Tangerine? What am I smoking here? This is gorgeous. Look at this again. I'm going to bring you back down and look at this again. This right here is it's got me all excited. This pre-roll challenge is going to be so much fun. This right here is an excellent bud. I'm looking for something to put it on to show you. This is Third Eye, Method Man, pre-roll from Goldflower. Do you see that? That is a pre-roll dissected, a 1 gram pre-roll dissected. That right there is fresh, beautiful, gorgeous, organic, living soil, hand trimmed pre-roll weed. That right there should be the standard. That right there should be the absolute standard. I'm going to save it. I don't want it to disappear. I'm going to take this pre-roll out. I tell you what, look at that. Look at that gorgeous pre-roll. Isn't that nice? I tell you. I'm going to take that pre-roll out. I'm going to do I'm going to spill it on the table. Probably a very fancy spill on the table. Look at this. We're going to, I'm so proud. Oh my God. Look, it's like sticking to it. If it were dry, it would have dusted away. But look at that. Even stuck to the bag a little bit. That is really great. I have to tell you, I am 100% already excited to do this pre-roll challenge. 1, to smoke everybody's weed. 2, to smoke everybody's weed. And 3, really, I'm just gonna be smoking everybody's weed. No. I'm really excited about doing this because I think it's time somebody shows what people are doing in the industry at a simple level. Let's not show dabs and concentrates and chemical procedures and blah blah. Whatever. Let's show the simplest item that they need to get right, that everybody needs to get right. And I think that right there should be the standard. You know what I'm saying? That right there should be the standard. Look at how beautifully green that is. How gorgeous that is. It smells fantastic. That is so, wow. That is a beautiful aroma. And like I was saying earlier, aroma and terp are totally different. That right here, that smell, that you taste. So that's a combination of aroma and flavonoid, aroma and terpene. Oh, that just does wonders for me. You know, just smelling cannabis can do great things to wake up the brain. You don't have to just smoke it. You can smell it. Oh, I can't stop shoving my nose in here. This is like the most delicious thing. Oh, I cannot. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be carrying this around with me for the rest of it. Just shoving my nose in there going, this is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. But that's my new thing. I'm carrying this around. I'm going to break up some beautiful cannabis. I'm going to test out one of the standards of the pre-roll. I'm going to write down a whole testing standard. Okay. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Tonight, I'm writing down a standard. That's it. This is for the testing, the up close and personal, the expose, the smoke everybody's weed. The top 7, I'm going to put their weed in a container and I'm going to carry it with me all day. So all day I will dedicate to their weed, to their pre-roll. That's a lot. That's a lot that I'm going to dedicate to those 2. Okay. So what I break up, I will then end up putting into a container. We will smoke a joint and go on taste and flavor and effects and entourage and whatever else jumps into me if it's a really great pre-roll. And then that dried cannabis or that pre-roll material that we open up and show you, I'm going to smell. I'm going to carry with me. I'm going to be like, how does it smell? Oh, how does it smell halfway through the day? That means if the cannabis was cured right, it's not going to super dry. Curing does things more than drying. Curing and drying together are wondrous. Absolutely wondrous. Wondrous, like the smell coming out of this. Oh, I put the pre-roll back inside because I didn't want it to dry out. Okay. Anyways, thank you for joining me. You're all amazing. Start your week now. Plan a little bit. Kick some ass. Get out there. Be amazing. Create the week ahead of you. Manifest those actions, those meetings, those happenings. Create life. Don't wait for it to come to you. Don't wait for amazingness to happen to you. Create it. Be it. Be everything you ever wanted to be. Take the chances. Say hi, say bye, say hello. Explore the world. Look at your job and your life like an adventure, a journey. It's not about where you're necessarily going, but it's how you get there. And it's how you feel getting there. You get one chance, one opportunity. Make amazing chances with it. Do amazing things. I'm excited for you. Have a great week ahead of you. I ended off and now I hear sirens behind me. It'd be crazy if they're pulling up into the driveway. I'm always hearing crazy shit here late at night. That's why I go inside. I have seen some wild shit. Just going to throw it out there. If you want a little bit tidbits of Orin information, one time I was looking at the back window over here from the house we have a yard that we share on the other. It's like, I'd say the graveyard starts. So it's about a quarter acre to an acre. No, it's a full acre away. Graveyard's full acre away, but it's an old cemetery. And oh yeah, I never thought I'd be living next to a graveyard, but they're great neighbors. Really, they're quiet. They, they don't call the cops on us or anything. But anyways, in the sacred ground over here, there's some crazy shit going on. Great stories to talk about. Okay, anyways, are there bugs in this? There probably are bugs. There are bugs. I don't care. I think I ate a bug or two. I don't care. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. But there's some wild shit. So there's a graveyard over there. And it's not a big one. It's a small graveyard. But lately they're burying a lot of people over there. So it's getting bigger and I'm getting very uncomfortable. I don't have to go talk to them. It's getting really close. No, they're great people. Great people. Plenty far away. But staring out the back window towards the graveyard area, which is pretty far away, at least an acre. And there's trees and like a fencing I've put up that obscures your view beyond the yard by putting up bottles and things that grow on it. It's very organic. It's really neat. And I have it running from like one side of the property to like another where you could actually see anything like that. So you can't just walk right through. You'd have to duck. You'd have to avoid certain obstacles that would definitely get in your way and stop people coming right in to the property. So I'm looking out the back window and I see what looks like a figure in a cloak, a really tall figure in a cloak from a distance. It was wispy, it was cloudy, it was walking like from one set of trees to another clump of trees. And it's kind of standing there for a moment. And that's when I started looking. And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then it crouched down. And so it went from walking from one tree, the next step, it's down. So weird. I'm freaking out right now. Okay. So it crouched down and it started like from the bushes, because I cut them all down now. All the bushes are fucking gone. I had all these different bushes obscuring. So it went from that tree to another set of bushes, like in palm fronds, and then ran from that over to the center where I have a mistletoe plant and another fucking tree, and it was right behind it, but crouched. And I'm inside the house and I'm looking at this going, what the fuck is this? What am I looking at? So I went around and opened the back door, and I took 2 steps out. On the steps, I'm looking. On the steps, I'm looking. And just, what is this? I think it's a bear. I think it's a bear. I think we got a bear, like a black bear. It didn't start off as a black bear. That's not what I saw. Oh shit, what's crawling on my, okay. So that's not what I saw. It was a person that had run or walked effortlessly from one set of trees to another set. Just a person, a big one in a cape. And then from that set, crouched down and was just hopping. And then behind that tree, so I'm coming outside, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what am I looking at? And it was just there looking at me. But it didn't really look like a bear. And I came back inside because I thought it was a fucking bear or something supernatural. I did not know. Came back inside. And by the time I got to the middle window to look back out, it was gone. But I was outside looking at it. So I know it was there. And then another time, other side of the property, over by the well. We used to do a lot of building projects around here. I wish we still did. I mean, I always am. Like, I was riding lawnmower, which I love to do, the lawn mellow. My daughter calls it the lawn mellow. So that's what it is. I'm riding the lawn mellow. But actually we were riding it today down in the swampy area. She was like, keep going, daddy. I'm like, but it's wet. It's really wet. And I don't think we can make it through. She goes, we can make it. I'm like, okay, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. So I just kind of turned up the power, floored it, and just kept going. And we made it barely. We almost did. She's like, all excited we're going to get stuck. I'm like, no, because I'm going to have to push it from here, or I have to find a way to get this really heavy lawn mellow up the hill. So we made it through. I was like, oh, thank God. We leaned into it a bit. But other side of the property over here by the well, when we first came to the property, we came to the property in an RV. I was traveling the country with the family, and we had been on the road for years, 7 years, 5 to 7 years. My time brain is missing a few years, so I know we were on the road. I could blame it for the road. Did a lot of computer work that I forgot days and years because I just hated that work. I'm good at it, but I hated it. So we came here while we were doing improvements on the house here. We had to do improvements on the well, the barn, the roadways. We had to cut back like so much just to get through stuff. So over there, I had cut the whole area open to where I could, from where I have the RV, I can see the well, and I can see it from the door because I don't know why. I was building shit over there. I was leaving shit over there. Didn't want anything to get stolen. Everybody said they were seeing something. So I want to look. I'm cutting everything down. So anyways, one night, getting dark. Not dark yet. Getting dark. I mean, this is dark. It's already fucking dark. This is dark. But maybe right before this. And I'm standing inside. We heard something. Everybody's always hearing some shit over there. Today, me and Ange heard something. Oh, this was frightening. But wait, I'll get to it in a moment. We were out here cutting. We were cutting her little fence post thingies, and it's when we had the machine down, it wasn't going, couldn't hear it. I'll go back to it anyway. So I'm standing over here, and we heard something. So I opened the door and I walk outside, and there was like a tall figure, almost red orange eyes. I don't know. I don't remember what I saw, but I remember the figure standing at me. So Ange saw one as well. The boys have seen one. Chaya has seen one. So it's been an event around here. And then so I basically stepped towards, and you could feel that energy of stepping towards. So I stepped backwards quickly and locked the RV. And then looking out the window, saw nothing, but I felt it and I saw it. So this land has got some crazy shit. I mean, so okay, today, up here on this porch, cutting wood with the wood cutting thingamabobby, and I heard something just a moment ago. So fence post thingies, and I know my boys are at work, so it's not them. I know where my daughters are. One's right there inside looking at me, while we cut the things, and the other one's right over there. Now, no one's talking. And we brought it down, and we heard a little girl's voice, clear as day. Now, when I say that, if you're standing over there and you're talking, the wind or the pond or the water, what was that, will carry voices, but there's a difference. I mean, you'll hear it. You'll hear what people say, but it's a good distance. It doesn't carry voices right there. So today, the voice was, I don't know. It was closer than 10 feet. But clear and loud. And it was one voice, one little girl, like said three phrases, two or three phrases that were crystal clear, but I don't remember what she said. But enough for us all to stop and go, "Did you hear that?" And we looked and accounted for everybody to make sure they're all around. And everybody's looking around like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I go, maybe it was at Wilton's place. Maybe there was a kid over there making some noise, and they're like, "Yeah, maybe, maybe, maybe." And so I stopped and I went and walked the property down that way, down to the roadway, and was talking, and they couldn't hear shit. And then, even us standing, 30, 40 feet away over here talking, and even raising our voice, it didn't sound like what we had heard that was standing 10 feet away from us. So here on the land, even today, me and Ange had heard this directly. I went chasing to look for it. And the vibe, I mean, you could feel the energy, and you're like, "You heard it?" I'm like, "I heard it." So here, there's always wild things like that. And again, I know, I think I heard somebody say it inside just now, and I'm not allowed to say, I say it like skinwalk. Damn chupacabras here. Some shit's going on. But it's this, and if you know what that means, there you go. That's what they think is here, or something like that. An entity that is protecting the 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 souls that were left on this land, or the story that I have heard about the so many different Indian tribes that had settled and were working together here on these lands and were massacred, but by their own doing, and still massacred, but by their own doing. But it doesn't freaking matter. And so not all of them were doing bad, but everybody was massacred. There are burial mounds, what look like burial mounds, that we will not disturb by any means. But there are burial mounds and bent trees. And bent trees are where the Indian braves used to sit on the trees, and whittle away and do their Indian heads. And so normally when you see an older bent tree, it's either bending towards water, and it's where the Indian braves would sit and carve their Indian heads. So look for broken Indian heads underneath those trees. You never know. So anyways, we have quite a few of that here on the property in the 7 acres. It's a really large pond back in the back area. And we don't disturb certain areas. I mean, the whole back end out there are multiple mounds that are just unexplainable, but they're mounds that look like not graveyards, not gravestones, because there's not specific stones being left, but they're mounds of honor. And you never want to disturb that, no matter what's going on, not even to find out what the hell is going on. Just leave it the fuck alone and work around it. So we actually have one over here, and for sure, I'm pretty sure. And instead of messing with it, we're going to build. Angie's going to build a botanical woman that she feels is a woman's soul or vibe in that mound. So she's going to kind of build a botanical woman coming out in plants, and she saw it on a show, and she's going to translate it over there. And I say that's going to be awesome. You enjoy yourself. That's a lot. I don't think I have that kind of artistic, artistic vision. But hey, enjoy. Anyways, here in the land, that's a little bit about me and the land. We have some crazy shit. I've seen some crazy stuff. The bugs are crazy, but I've seen some crazy shit. The dogs have barked at just nothing. I did mention that in the other show. There is a guy who walks his dog. He's not a guy, he's a ghost. The ghost is the guy and the dog. The dog is a ghost, the guy is a ghost. I didn't actually see the dog. I see like a white figure I saw of a dog, but I saw the guy clear as day. What kind of bug is that? Oh, it's a ladybug. Oh, it's a ladybug. Okay, well, that was the first cool bug that got to me today. But the guy whistles. and he starts to whistle, you stay away from that area. Not that he would do anything bad to you, but I say don't mess with his energy. Leave him and his dog walk alone. So that's the land. That's what's happening here in Central Florida. And just a little bit more about the story. There were many Indian tribes that were inhabiting the lands. The Spanish had come, the conquistadors, they had come and they were colonizing, but they, from what I understand, non-violent, but they were taking over many areas and many colonies. And I believe they were making people start to follow a religion or a formed religion that, whatever, Mother Earth religions were being pushed away regardless. The Indian tribes were getting together and saying, we don't want to lose our culture, our heritage. We can't have these foreign invaders coming in and taking over these beautiful tribes, these beautiful lands, these beautiful coming togethers of people. So let's invite them in for a meal. Now, by the way, anybody who actually knows shit about anything, correct me, but this is what I've heard, and I've heard it from multiple people that know people that know people that know other people, and I've heard some great stories. Okay, so I'm compiling this in, but they invited them in, the conquistadors, to a dinner, a sit-down dinner to meet the different tribes and the leaders of these tribes and the leader heads. And they came in and they met with, because there was many different factions, and they invited them all in, and so they can have all of the Spanish conquistadors in one place at one time. And the Indians showed a small army. That's what they were planning to do, is show a small army. So instead, what ended up happening, one of the interpreters for the conquistadors had learned that there was something going on. And let them know before the meeting or before that meal. So at this meal, that these conquistadors were going to be massacred. Instead, the conquistadors were prepared, and then they did terrible things. They not only killed the army that was sent against them and the secret army sent against them, but they then went through and burned the villages, and they killed the children, the babies, the women, the older people, everybody. They annihilated absolute generations and tribes of people here in Central Florida. And oh my God, that was a huge fucking bug. Wow, that bug was enormous. I don't even know what the hell that was. That was some crazy shit. On that, I'm done. Wow. All right, I'm done. Thank you very much. Holy. What was that? That was like I don't even know what that was. Oh, that was the biggest thing that has ever crawled. Oh, that was so huge. Okay. I'm gonna be a man about things. I don't care. That was really a big bug. I'm in like super shock right now. Okay. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining me. That was an enormous bug, and that's a great signal to say, have a good evening, have a good week. Manifest, create, be absolute magic. Be the magic, the energy, and the amazement that you're looking for. It's you. So be it. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the coming week starting now. Start Sunday. Pre-plan and then live by the seat of your pants. But pre-plan the living by the seat of your pants. It helps just a little bit. I'm excited for you. Have an amazing week. Okay, there's something now crawling up my leg.